Hey everyone, it's Thursday, March 13th, and here in the Atlanta area, or a lot of Georgia actually, we're going to be getting some pretty severe storms in our area over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, March 15th, 16th. And I wanted to put something together that talks about Skywarn and how it's utilized in Georgia, right? Because um, I think it's important. This is an important aspect of ham radio and our capabilities to the public. So my name is Jack Parks, KQ4JP, and let's get into it. So I just got a couple slides. I like to keep these little presentations to about 5 minutes. We're going to cover Skywarn, both information about the program and how you can get training to be a Skywarn spotter. There's a lot of aspects to Skywarn. It's not like rigorous from a training perspective, but there's certain information that needs to be passed along, and having this training helps you get good reports into the NWS. The other thing too is I don't think a lot of folks know, especially if you're not involved in Skywarn or public service, that there are linked repeaters in Georgia. And, if we're activated by the National Weather Service, we will link all these repeaters together. So we got great situational awareness and great coverage for the state. As always, if you have any questions, concerns, you can email me at Kilo Quebec 4 Juliet Papa at papamike.mike echo. Let's jump right into it. All right, so the first thing about Skywarn is it's put on, sponsored by the National Weather Service. And the key for Skywarn spotters is that we provide vital ground truth to the National Weather Service. And what does that mean, right? So if you look at what they can see, right, they have radar, they can see signatures, hooks, debris in the air. All this comes from the radar, but it's kind of an indirect, it's indirect, the information that they're getting. And Skywarn spotters basically give those on the ground reports of what is happening and can confirm what's being seen on the radar, the radar images. You don't have to be a ham to be a Skywarn spotter, but we're blessed here in the state of Georgia that we have a pretty robust Skywarn spotter network of hams. And we can kind of get that situational awareness out to everyone. And, you can kind of get those real-time reports if something's on the ground or certain damage is being done. You can kind of verify that by between that and the radars. And it's a good situational awareness tool. And again, you don't have to be a ham to be a Skywarn spotter, but you know, every ordinary everyday folks can phone in reports. You can email the National Weather Service, and of course, nowadays a lot of people take pictures, do their updates, and then just tag the National Weather Service through social media, and that's how they compile all this information. And the big thing to know is that we're spotters. So if nothing's happening in your area, there's nothing really to do other than just to stay safe, be aware. But Skywarn spotters are not storm chasers. They don't encourage that. So definitely, um, it's in a way it's kind of passive. We're just there to report what we see, what's affecting us, and the National Weather Service can kind of aggregate that and update their reports and things like that. So how do you become Skywarn trained? Well, it's pretty simple. It's a 2-hour class, usually put on twice a year by the National Weather Service. And they're going to go over a lot of different information, storm structures, how to identify severe weather features, which is kind of hard in certain parts of the state because we have a lot of trees in the northern part and hills, and it's hard to kind of see these things. But I think the key piece of information that we need to, you know, learn from this is how to report this storm information, how to be a spotter, how to report. That's crucial when we have a lot of things going on in the state. What do we need to, what are we looking for? How do you deliver that information? This is all critical. And um, following that format allows us to be effective in reporting to the National Weather Service. So if you're interested in the training, I put two links here. They're pretty easy to type in. FFC is the Atlanta National Weather Service. So general information about Skywarn can be, is the top link. And then there's a few classes, three or four going on at the end of this month, at the end of March 2025. If you want to see the schedule and get trained, a lot of it's remote, online. You can go to the Skywarn schedule page and get information there. So let's talk about the Georgia linked repeaters. Ultimately, we link up most of the state through three primary linked repeater nets. First is the Southeast Linked Repeater Net. It's kind of northern Georgia, kind of Atlanta Metro and up into Tennessee, North Carolina, that area. We have the Peach State Intertie, which pretty much covers the southern portion of Georgia, and then the Cherry Blossom Intertie. If you look at those repeaters, they pretty much run down I-75, kind of around Macon, kind of north and south of Macon. So these three linked repeater systems come together to form the Skywarn linked repeater net. The thing, if we're activated, if Skywarn is activated, we stand up a station called WX4PTC that's located in the National Weather Service office. And, it's always activated at the request of the National Weather Service. The thing to remember is that whether NWS links us up and activates ham radio operators for storm spotters, um, you having these repeaters programmed into your radios is important because even if they don't activate, your local EOC probably has a ham radio station in there and it's being staffed. And, the situational awareness that you can get from just even your local Skywarn repeater is going to be invaluable in times of storms and severe weather. If you want to see a list of the known linked repeaters in the state, um, so you can kind of get those programmed in ahead of this weekend's storms, just go to georgiaskywarn.com, georgiaskywarn.com, and find the repeater that's closest to you, get it programmed in, and at least you'll be able to have ears over the weekend to know what's kind of happening in your area. We'll see if we get activated this weekend. Hard to tell, but this is good information to have. And that's it. I went a little long, about a little over 8 minutes, but thank you for watching this. If you have any questions, again, email me kq4jp at papamike.mikeecho, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. My name is Jack, and we'll catch you next time.